CrowdStrike, those shares, again, down near their kind of towards session lows at this point, following the cascade of those IT outages that Steve just outlined. Our next guest just lowered his price target for the stock, but says no one really fully understands the scope of the disruption just yet, calling it an quote-unquote unprecedented event for the industry. So joining us now for more is Peter Levine, enterprise software analyst at Evercore ISI. Also with us is Chris Pierson, CEO of cybersecurity firm BlackCloak. Thank you all for being here with us right now. I'm going to open it up with Chris Pierson because he's a member of this industry. And just to maybe ask how deep this could go, CrowdStrike is a major player when it comes to cybersecurity, a large competitor out there. What exactly can the framing be about just how big of a deal this is, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be as big as it gets. The only bigger type of incident affecting Windows computers would be if something happened to Microsoft. So on corporate devices, EDR, endpoint detection and response, kind of like antivirus for the corporate realm, is what CrowdStrike does. In that area, CrowdStrike probably has about 50% market share for some of the largest companies globally. So when this actually happened in terms of a library update, bad update being pushed in the night, this is something that literally caused CrowdStrike to identify a file on the system as being bad, causing it to go to a blue screen of death. So literally, folks, if their computers were open last night, servers, of course, always on, this literally basically bricked those devices into that blue screen of death, requiring updates to them in terms of some items removed and or manual updates. This is about as big as it gets in terms of global destruction or global disruption caused by a IT cybersecurity company.
You know what's interesting? I had started my career post-college on Wall Street in 1999, and just around then we were getting set for Y2K. I remember I was part of a team that had to work 24 hours a day in shifts around the Y2K New Year's celebration to make sure systems didn't crash. And now I'm reading across social media that this is what it kind of would have looked like had Y2K actually come to fruition. So, Peter, when it comes to cybersecurity and the embedded nature of all of this, just how big of a player is CrowdStrike? What kind of a market share do they have for the S&P 500 companies that use cybersecurity systems compared to, say, their bigger market cap rival, Palo Alto Networks?
Yeah, so, CrowdStrike, they haven't disclosed it, but from our checks, they have 30 to 50 billion endpoints where their software is deployed. And you've seen that today on the global reach. So on the core, if you think about their core market, which is endpoint, they own that market. Palo Alto is more on the networking side. CrowdStrike owns the endpoint market. So yeah, this is, again, I think it's way too early to predict, I think, the fallout from what this is going to look like. And we're going to see updates today, this weekend, and potentially on how this gets fixed and how CISOs and buyers of this technology view them going forward.
Both for Peter and Chris. Peter, I'll start with you. What happened?
So it seems like there was an update to a content library, meaning there was new malware, and CrowdStrike will then send this out to all their devices for them. So the endpoints know, hey, look out for this new attack. And it was just the content piece that was unfortunately, misconfigured. And the question then becomes, I think investors look at it as two ways. If you've owned this stock for the past year, you've done well. The stock is still up 18% year to date. George is viewed an incredible reputation. He's a good operator as well. But then it becomes, it's like, how did something like this go wrong? And again, we have to wait to see those answers.
Chris, in a way, same question to you. I mean, describe to the layperson what happened, and also how was this allowed to happen? In other words, we talked a little bit about this with the Boeing jet that had the issue in January. What was the point in the manufacturing process, so to speak, that might have allowed for this to kind of go out the way that it did?
Yeah, I mean, it does bear some reflection that antivirus companies, which once again, CrowdStrike is more antivirus for the corporate realm. It falls under that category of EDR, endpoint detection and response. There have been in the past, McAfee had a bad push of a library file, almost 7 years ago. Things like this have happened, just not with the global scale and kind of market consolidation that has happened, you're looking at easily going to be 50% of the largest companies on the planet having an impact. So what actually happened? So there are rule engines that comprise large companies like CrowdStrike or SentinelOne or Carbon Black that are in that same category. Those exist all the time, running on the actual device, running on the servers. Every single hour, every single night, every single day, there are library updates that happen that identify new pieces of malware, new tactics that cyber criminals are taking. And when that pattern is seen in the future, it will stop it or block it. What has happened probably behind the scenes is that a bad library entry happened at CrowdStrike that essentially misidentified a known good file as being bad. And then what happened is once that file was quarantined, if it was something that was necessary to run the computer, you then have the computer unable to run, which results in the blue screen of death. Now, it is interesting. You're talking about the largest companies, the most steeped chief information security officers out there. All of them have, as anyone responsible would, a N-1 type of pattern of deploying new libraries. So new libraries never, ever take effect on day zero. They always take effect one day into the future so that those companies can make sure nothing bad has happened, nothing alters their systems. Clearly, in this case, something happened where that programming, that logic, that control was not adhered to in that update process, and it was pushed en masse to everyone and caused the results that you see here today.